On the outskirts of New Delhi's ancient walled city, a young man buries his father. A few meters away, a steady stream of mourners carry bodies of their loved ones in the capital's largest COVID-19 graveyard for Muslims. It's now almost full. Families speak of their anger and despair as the dead keep piling up in the city's mortuaries.
People are being made to run around, but they're not letting anyone meet patients. People are desperate, even for drinking water over there. Doctors are not meeting the patients. They're keeping their distance, and if someone's oxygen finishes, then that person is simply lying there unattended.
All praises to the Most High YAHAWAH, the Heavenly Father, in the name of the Holy Spirit, the Earthly Mother, sanctifying YAHAWAH, the Holy Son. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, welcome. This is your humble servant, Biglevi. And today is Sunday, April the 18th, 2021, and it's currently 12:26 a.m. Peace be with you. Peace be upon you, brethren. May you be at peace. There'll be no Jacob's trouble. What you're experiencing here, brethren, this is Psalm 83. This is the Gentiles and the heathens that came together, and they made a tumult. Those are the people, the Elamites. I don't care what you want to call those people, that's how I know them from, the Elamites, okay? The so-called Indian, the East Indian, they are catching hell now, okay? They are catching a lot of hell, and all praises to the Most High. May his will be done, and may the King reign forever. This is his doing. Now, you're going to see, brothers, from all those videos, you're going to see how the Most High is moving. And this has nothing to do with, I don't know, Jacob's trouble. This is all their troubles. This is their tribulation. Stay out of it. Now, we're going to look at a couple of the videos, and then we are going to see, what's going on there. But before that, let's go to Psalm 83 to show you which tabernacles that went and came and did that tumult, against us. And then they came together with one consent, okay? And then they said, hey, let us make the name of Israel no more in remembrance, okay? This is Psalm 83 verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O YAHAWAH. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Heavenly Father. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, a big noise, and they that hated thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consult against thy hidden one. We are the hidden ones. We were hidden here in the fourth part. They have said, come, let us come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasharallah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is reigned with them. They have holpen the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perish at Endor. They become as dung of the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeb, and yea, all their princes, all Ziba and Azamundana. The Most High is doing this to those group of Gentiles. Now, brothers, India specifically has been catching a lot of hell, especially from this pandemic. And then again, brothers, and this is us. This is not us doing medical advice. This is us just checking numbers. I have no opinion on this. Okay, so now what you see, and when you check the plague, India is at number 2, and then they got 176,000 deaths. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me right now? 176,000 deaths. Those people are over 1 billion. let's see something. How much people live in India right now?
According to Worldometer, India 2020 population is estimated at 1,380,004,385 people at mid-year according to UN data. India population is equivalent to 17.7% of the total world population. India ranks number 2 in the list of countries by population.
So China is number 1, India is number 2. China don't release a hish. Don't be surprised that you find out China is worse than anybody. China do not release nothing. Now, brethren, when you look at a country with 1.3 billion people, and then you just gonna sit there and tell me out of 1.3 billion, and you got 176,000 deaths? One fellow, one of those Indian fellow, he was in a YouTube comment telling people and put the links. He's saying that state, mashallah, like over 5,000 people are dying a day. And they don't put this information here. They want to give you the illusion that everything is doing all right. Now, let us go ahead, brothers. We know for a fact everything is happening on the behalf of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards shall they come out with great substance. Now, brethren, make no mistake, this is the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Number 8, pestilence. Number 8 is here. Pestilence and hunger will change the destruction. And number 4 also, famine of the world. Let us see through the videos. Let us listen.
New Delhi has imposed a weekend curfew, and there are restrictions in one of India's most populous states, Maharashtra, to slow infection rates in the worst hit regions.
That's the state that the guy was talking about, Maharashtra. Over 4,000 to 5,000 deaths a day. That's what he was talking about. And he said it's been happening for weeks now. He said, help us, please. He gave his links to the videos and his WhatsApp number, and then he was saying a bunch of stuff. So that's what that is.
But reports of shortages of hospital beds, medicine and oxygen have led to more fears.
Okay, so you got now 2 people per bed. You got 2 people per bed because it's too much. And the guy in the beginning told you, like, if one of those people, the oxygen is done, they just let him die. They just leave him alone.
I'm very, very scared. The situation is terrifying. If I wasn't an essential worker, I wouldn't have left my house at all. No one should go out.
But there's no social distance.
Okay, look at this. So how are you going to combat this virus with those people on each other like this and moving around? Okay, yeah, well, they're wearing masks. Oh, really? Like all of them wearing masks, like properly. Whoops. Oh, good. Properly, you mean like this woman right here? Like that women?
Here, polling booths in some of the most politically charged regional elections are cramped.
What can we do? Unless people try to protect themselves, how much can we do? That's why I stood behind the line thinking I would try to manage and control the crowd, but nobody listened.
Some are blaming politicians for holding large election rallies.
On one hand, COVID-19 cases are rising and leaders are doing rallies where they and their supporters are not even wearing masks. This is something to think about. How will people vote if they are not alive to do it?
See, those people put their faith in their government. They put their faith in things, but the Most High said this plague will not go away until he says so, and he won't.
For days, hundreds of thousands of Hindus have been gathering at Kumbh Mela, an important religious festival, increasing concerns of more infections.
So that's
now,
your
Prime
feast
Minister
day.
Narendra Modi.
The Most High despises those feast days, so that's why he's doing this. Now, we got most of the information in this. Now, brethren, we are going to move. We are going to focus on those so-called Indians people, and then the one that look like them, and the one that practice the same thing that they are practicing. Okay, so. Let's see this video right here. This is in Pakistan.
Anti-France sentiments are boiling over in Pakistan. France leave Pakistan has trended all day on Twitter. Some are even calling for the death of the French ambassador. The French embassy in Islamabad has been turned into a fortress. Every French citizen living in Pakistan has been asked to fly back home at the earliest. The situation is extremely volatile. What exactly is happening? And why is it happening? How did it all begin?
Well, we don't care about that. So we know for a fact that those people go out going at each other's throat. Okay, so not only that, brothers. Okay, so they even kill their own people. There's you know, YouTube gonna act like, you know, all stupid when you show things like that, but those people show it, but nothing happened. Okay, so this is they were protesting.
Nationals are not the only ones at risk. The protesters are not sparing their own Pakistani brethren.
Okay.
In Lahore, a Pakistani cop was beaten to death by an anti-France mob.
Okay, see this cop, they just grab him and they beat him to death. Okay.
Similar violent attacks are being unleashed on the police.
Okay, they are beating the police to death. Okay, they want to go to war to the French people. Again, brethren, I'm not advising, promoting violence or anything like that. This is just a reality, and then I'm copying this from another channel, so this is what happened over there.
At almost every protest.
Okay.
A total of 7 people have died in the clashes, and 300 policemen have been seriously injured.
Okay, so
to save.
That's those people going at each other's throat. Now, again, brothers, that thing that happened yesterday over there in Indiana.
Vigils are being held for the 8 people killed in the mass shooting at a FedEx facility in Indianapolis. Meanwhile, investigators are still not saying if the shooter knew any of his victims. CBS 2's Nikki Batiste reports.
This is one of the things I despise with these people. You don't have to know somebody to kill that person. It doesn't have to be. There was a motive. Was there a motive in there? No, this guy. They are murderers. They're just going out there again, brothers. When we look at this is plague number 5, destruction by earthquake and the sword, or number 9, execution by the sword. Okay, so and then again, it's plague number 1, sorrow, and then there you go.
Mourners gathered in Indianapolis Saturday evening to remember the victims.
So those are the Sikh community, or the Sikh community, all right? Define Sikh. No, wait.
Here's the definition of Sikh.
Define the
attempt
Sikh
to find
community.
something.
There you go. This is the Sikh people, okay? All right, those are the Sikh community. All right, those are the same Indian people. They are catching hell all over the world. That fellow went over there and started shooting them. And for those of you, I say this and I'm gonna say this before. I say this before. I'm gonna say this again. When you watch all my previous video, remember a couple of months ago we made a video that an entire family died of suicide, and there was another dude that his mother and his father, they were senior citizens, they died of the plague. So those people are catching hell too. Okay, they're not gonna get away. Okay, we got the Dalits. Okay, the Dalits, aka the untouchable. Show me a picture of the Dalit. Okay, those are the Dalit people that live in India. So those are the slaves of India. You can see there are a lot dark skinned, and then they are being beaten, killed. Okay, the police are beating them. The police are shooting them. Okay, they are the black people of India. They are the class that is below the lower class. They've been shot down, beat down, and killed. They suffer the same curse. Dalit lives matter. They call them the untouchable. Okay, those are the people that they are being raping all the time. Remember, an incident happened in India, brothers. An Indian woman was raped in a bus. They raped her to death. It was worldwide. She was a Dalit woman. Those women, they call them the untouchable because they are our people. Show me the picture of the untouchable of India. Okay? Those are the Dalits. So the plague is not, because those people have no hospital. They live in the hood. They seek trash. They eat in the trash. Okay? The Dalit women. So, and the plague is not affecting them the way it's affecting the others. In fact, they're not being touched at all. When I try to talk with those people, they say, no, the Dalits are not here at all. Okay, again, we went into this. So just to show you why those things are happening, because of what you did to those people. Okay, they are beautiful people, brothers. They are beautiful people. Okay, you can see the Israelite blood, in their faces and when they are talking. Now, look at this. You guys are in mourning, sorrow. First plague of the apocalypse of Abraham, sorrow. Define sorrow.
Here's the definition of sorrow. A feeling of deep distress caused by loss, disappointment, or other misfortune suffered by oneself or others.
Sadness, unhappiness, dejection, regret, depression, and misery. This is not the face of a group of people. Is that thing even recording? Yes, it is. It's not the face. This is not the face of people that are ready to bring Jacob's trouble. This is not the face of people that are ready to take power. This is not the face of people that are ready to rule. This is not the face of people that are ready to lead. This is the face of sorrow. This is the face of regret. This is the face of dejection. This is a face of people that's going into bondage. All praises to the Most High.
Of the FedEx rampage. Komal Chauhan lost her 66-year-old grandmother, and today she was supposed to celebrate her engagement.
Just anything. I don't know. I just feel so empty. I feel like this is supposed to be one of the biggest days of my life.
Okay, you feel so empty. That means you dejected. You feel depressed. You're in sorrow. The first plague, and also your grandmother was taken out by the 5th plague, destruction by the sword, or the 9th, execution by the sword. Okay, Gentiles taking Gentiles out.
Police say 8 people from age 19 to 74.
Now, brothers, we're going to look at those 8 people. May they rest wherever they are resting right now, because I'm not the Most High. I don't know where they at, but Brother Enoch know for a fact where they at. He showed us. A lot of our people, we went to that place where those people at right now. Now, we got like these women right here. The first one. I'm not going to say their name because, again, I'm letting them rest or roast wherever they at right now. So, now, there's 3 of them. They don't show their pictures because they are from the Sikh community or they are Indian or whatever. They have this name over there. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. He killed 4 of them, and then he killed 4 other people. I'm not quite sure who this woman is, but she looked somewhat Hispanic. I don't know. But these people, he took them out. Okay? Now, for the sake of this video, we can call them all Gentiles. Or they could be all our people, but the Most High reject them. But nonetheless, we give credit and glory to the Most High. All praises. He did this, all right?
Were gunned down by former FedEx worker Brandon Hole.
Okay, Brandon Hole. So this guy, Brandon Hole, a.k.a. the banjo guy from Missouri. Show me a picture of the banjo guy from Missouri.
These pictures should match.
Okay. No, from Deliverance. Banjo guy from the Deliverance. Yeah,
Billy Redden. According to Wikipedia, Billy Redden.
Oh man, this is the Most High sense of humor. Okay, this is the banjo guy from Deliverance. I will advise you not to watch this movie. You don't want to see the pig squealing. Okay, this is the same dude. All right, the banjo guy. He's one of those buck-toothed monster hillbilly that was raping the other men. And I don't want to go there. Anyway, so this dude, this 19-year-old man, went over there and sprayed people. And you see the people that he killed. He killed 8. Just like that fellow over there went in that massage parlor and killed 8. But, he didn't have a motive. It was just random. I mean, he's a good boy. He could not get any cookie. Yeah, all right. So he went over there and massacred those people. He just killed them. Okay. 2 of them were 19 though. Okay, I believe these women and these other women, they are both 19. Okay, and then he just sprayed everybody. This is really bad.
74 were gunned down by former FedEx worker Brandon Hull. A year ago, the teen's own mother had reported him to local police, saying he might try to die by suicide by cop. Authorities say Hull was put on a mental health detention, interviewed by the FBI, and a shotgun was taken from his home. On Saturday, Hull's family issued a statement offering, quote, sincerest and most heartfelt apologies to the victims, and saying, we are devastated at the loss of life.
So anyway, man, that's what these guys do. Let's move to the next thing. Again, those people are catching hell, man. Those so-called Indian people, they are catching hell because they did a lot to our people in former times. In former times, those people did a lot. Till this day, they own a lot of stuff. They practically own all the 7-Elevens. Okay, they mistreat our people, and they are very proud people, especially when it comes to education. They are very, very proud people. And they cheat a lot, like a hell of a lot. Now, this is a little update, okay? Now, fourth stimulus check update. Now, for what these guys is saying, they are now talking about the fourth stimulus check that's going to be 2 G's for everyone and $1,000 every single month for people. So we know for a fact, if they are talking like that, brothers, that mean, and they're expecting this thing to stay forever. And a lot of the people now, they start seeing there's no coming back. You know, so let's listen to what's going on with the COVID with the the plague or that.
The COVID-19 situation around the world. In Brazil, researchers are saying that Brazil is heading towards an unimaginable loss of lives. Their hospital systems are on the verge of collapse.
It already did collapse. Remember the other video that we did, and the Brazilians say it did collapse because you got like 12 ambulances waiting outside because there's no space. There's no more space.
In India, they are reporting over 200,000 cases a day. It's so bad that they're converting banquet halls and hotels into COVID treatment facilities. In Europe, multiple countries are now banning the AstraZeneca vaccine. In Norway, the Institute of Public Health announced, and this is their exact quote, the risk of dying by being vaccinated with the AstraZeneca vaccine is greater than the risk of dying from the disease.
You heard that? This is straight from the horse's mouth. This is the Most High mocking those people, man. Boy, I don't have any music here. Let me see if I can get a beat. Let me see if I can get a beat. Oh, man, we're already 22 minutes in there. Yeah. I find so sweet. The Most High is mocking you. Yes, sir. The Most High is mocking you, man. Your vaccine is not working, man. What's up with you, man? What? The risk is even higher. Brothers and sisters, the Most High not playing. Is mocking them. With the power, the Most High is mocking them. The Most High will not be mocked, but he's in there laughing at them. The Most High will not be mocked. He's in there mocking them. Mocking. The Most High is there mocking them. Also is there mocking. The Most High is there mocking them. The Most High is there mocking. The Most High is there mocking them. The Most High will not be mocked. Will not be mocked. Will not be mocked. The Most High is mocking you. Mocking you. Mocking you. Your vaccine is not working. Yeah. Your face mask is not working. Yeah. Social distancing is not working. Yeah. But the blade is working. Yeah. All right, brothers and sisters. Is that thing did even record? Yes, it did. All right, let us move in.
Norway says they now better understand the side effects of AstraZeneca's vaccine compared to what they knew in March.
No, Hish, man. I mean, yeah, that's what you people do, right? You know, it took you a while, you know. Oh, we just now see we made a mistake. Yeah, no, Hish.
Please note that AstraZeneca's vaccine that was never approved in the United States. In current
oh man. Oh my. Oh man. Oh, let me praise the Most High with my holy slide whistle. All right, this is the Most High mocking you. It was never approved here. If it wasn't never approved here, and again, I'm not giving any advice. Okay, this is okay. You know what? Let's read this again. Oh boy, let's listen to this again. Hey, brothers, if it wasn't approved here, I'm not quite sure if they give it here, but why would other people or the country copy? Why would they give it to their own people? Now let's listen to this again. Watch this. This dude, he made a very clear, he said, this is not coming from me, this is coming from them. All right, let's listen.
In Brazil, researchers are saying that Brazil is heading towards an unimaginable loss of lives. Their hospital systems are on the verge of collapse. In India, they are reporting over 200,000 cases a day.
Yep.
It's so bad that they're converting banquet halls and hotels into COVID treatment facilities.
No hish.
In Europe, multiple countries are now banning the AstraZeneca vaccine.
Yeah.
In Norway, the Institute of Public Health announced, and this is their exact quote,
yes,
the risk of dying by being vaccinated with the AstraZeneca vaccine is greater than the risk of dying from the disease. Norway says they now better understand the side effects of AstraZeneca's vaccine compared to what they knew in March. Please note that AstraZeneca's vaccine that was never approved in the United States.
So look at this. Listen to it. It was never approved. I'm not quite sure if they are giving it now. If they did give it, frankly, I don't care. I have no comment. I'm not giving any medical advice. This is not me telling people anything. I'm just repeating after this fellow right here.
In current events, 6 years ago, a CEO of a credit card processing company reduced his own salary to give all his employees a minimum wage.
Yeah, whatever. So let us move in, brethren. This is the Most High doing his work. Oh, that thing was in a silence.
Gone are the lights, decorations, and
now,
the vending stalls.
This is Lebanon. For those of you who don't know this, Lebanon actually hold over 90% of Haiti's wealth. Okay, those people are causing all sort of garbage over there. All those things that you see in Haiti, all those like protesting, all those shooting and kidnapping, those people have their dirty hands in it. They do. And then now the Most High is sending plague number 4, which is famine of the world, the Gentiles' world. And this is what the Most High is doing to them.
For millions of people in Lebanon, food is becoming a luxury.
Of course.
Prices had already increased 5-fold since 2019, before the holy month of Ramadan began.
And again, the Most High despise your feast days.
Families of Muslims are struggling to afford the iftar meal that breaks their dawn to dusk fast.
Prices are insane, and they have gone up even more during Ramadan. A plate of salad will cost 6 times more this year. What do? Do we beg? We're not used to begging.
Oh no, you will beg. You will. You will. Not only you will beg, you won't find.
Ramadan is an important event in the Islamic calendar, but there are few signs in this working-class neighborhood. Gone are the lights, decorations, and the vending stalls with traditional drinks that are staples on an iftar table. Lebanon's economy has collapsed, so has the local currency, and that's reduced people's purchasing power.
Those who used to buy a kilo of vegetables are now buying half, while others buy a piece. Some just walk away after knowing the prices.
A month of iftar meal.
So those are the guys that are in the hood. Those are the guys in the corner store. They pretty much own everything. Those are the guys that come in our hood and suck up the wealth. And when our people try to start a little business, we don't get loan. Okay, now we know why. Okay, because you guys were enjoying the blessing. Now look at you.
Meals for a family of 5 is now estimated to cost 2.5 times the minimum wage, which is worth $60 at the black market rate. And with no hard currency, it's that rate which dominates trading.
Our salary hasn't changed, but the prices have soared.
As desperation grows, so have scuffles over subsidized goods in
right.
supermarkets.
For
Lebanon
food.
imports most of its food, and there have been shortages as the government runs out of dollars.
All right, this is all the Mossad. This is all. You see how those people are fighting for food. Brothers, I don't know about you. I would have never, ever seen this in a million years. I never thought I would have seen something like that. But with the power of the Mossad, everything is possible. The famine is in the midst of them. Remember, there's a famine in Yemen and also in China. And then it's over there in Lebanon. It's pretty much everywhere, except, certain people that are covered.
Wheat being subsidized by the government, the price of bread has also increased. Over a month, buying a single pack of bread a day will cost more than 10% of the minimum wage.
Wow.
Charities helping the vulnerable have had to expand their efforts. Unemployment is rising, and at least half the population of 3 million people is poor. Maya Tero tells me her organization feeds up to 1,600 families a month.
They said if we don't receive the food box this month, it might mean that we might not have iftar, or we have to eat half the amount.
Many have had to change their diets. Some have stopped buying meat and herbs and spices.
We used to buy an ounce of pepper for $2.50. It now costs more than $10. What are the poor going to eat?
They will eat each other. Zaza! Oh, let me see this.
Balancing act.
Now, again, it's over there. It's the same thing is going over there and in Turkey, too. I always stay out of it.
To Turkey, where the pandemic weighs on...
Okay, those people, they will kind of strike me a little, say, man, don't copy our stuff and things like that. So, just let you know it's in Turkey, okay? Those people over there, the food they cannot buy. They are hungry. This woman lost her job, and it's just DW. Is it French? What is it? What are those people? But yeah, they usually send me some garbage and say, hey, stop copying our stuff. But anyway, and let us go to the next video. So it's in Turkey too. Those people are catching hell. Oh, did we watch this? Yes, we did. Now, brothers, since you see all the glory of the Most High is being done in the midst of the people, let us enjoy a little wetter, so to speak. Now, brothers, this is a typhoon. Typhoon Surigai, which is another name, an hurricane. Typhoon Surigai has hit Palau, is heading for the Philippines. So now, and brothers, this thing, it's already hit an island. You know how strong that thing is? You know how strong this thing is? Let me see. This guy said, you see, this is scary satellite footage of the devastating super typhoon Surigai blowing at 350 kilometers. I don't know how that is per hour. I don't know how many miles that is per hour. Hey, this is our guy right there. How much is 350 kilometers an hour? No, miles right now. No.
Here is information from calculateme.com.
No, I said it wrong. How much is 300 kilometers per hour in miles? That's, oh boy, I didn't press this. How much is 350 kilometers per hour in miles?
Here is information from calculateme.com.
Okay, 217 miles per hour, brothers. This is a 217 miles per hour. What category is that? Is that the category 4 or 5? Let's see. Hurricane category. Okay.
According to ABC 13, Category 1, 74 to 95 miles per hour.
Okay.
Category 2, 96 to 110 miles per hour.
No, that's not
Category 3, 111 to 129 miles per hour.
That's not what it is. Category 4, 130 and 156. This thing is 217. This is at least a category 6. They only stop at category 4, right? Let's see. Well, hang on. What is, I think they start. Dorian, sustained speed 185. Let me see typhoon. Typhoon categories.
According to azcentral.com, Category 1, maximum sustained winds of 74 miles per hour to 95 miles per hour. Very dangerous winds will produce some damage. Category 2, maximum sustained winds of 96 miles per hour to 110 miles per hour. Extremely dangerous winds will cause extensive damage.
So the 217 miles, this is a category 6 or 7. These things is very, very dangerous. Okay, scary satellite footage of the devastating super typhoon Surigahe beating at 350 kilometers an hour, and it's going to hit the Philippines. And we know what happened last year with the Philippines with that giant stuff. And it's coming, you know, it's already hit an island, no Palua or Palawi, and now it's going to hit the Philippines. Well, it seems to turn, but the Most High is tenderizing the meat. Now let's go to the ley lines.
News at this hour, another car wreck overnight claiming the life of a driver in Fort Lauderdale. Police say the driver of a dark Nissan Altima lost control of her car and then slammed into several trees. Unfortunately, we have learned that she died at the scene. This happened in the 200 block of Southwest 17th Street. No other vehicles were involved and no one else was hurt.
So,
good rising, brethren.
That's the beloved brother, Big Judah. Now,
news at this hour, another car wreck overnight claiming the life of a driver in Fort Lauderdale. Police say the driver of a dark Nissan Altima lost control of her car and then slammed into several trees. Unfortunately, we have learned that she died at the scene.
So she slammed into several trees. All Cabodiel is fine, but yet she died. And the reason why she say another car is because it's been happening so much in Fort Lauderdale. And remember, I was telling you about the dude that get hit and over there, and 2 people killed. Let's see. This is another one.
A catastrophic crash shutting down a stretch of Miami Beach. An SUV with 4 people inside left smashed after plowing into a tree. We're now learning that 2 of those victims sadly.
They keep crashing into trees. That's why they keep saying. They're like, another one? Another one? People keep crashing their car to the street. They don't know what's going on, brothers. To them, all of those people are drunk, or all of them are in their cell phones. Yeah, right. But the Most High give us the knowledge through the ley line. And the beloved brother Big Judah just put an excellent video about the 100 monkeys experiment. This means we can connect to the ley line. Whatever we are saying right now, the Holy Spirit is traveling it through the ley lines. The grandmothers are needing the ley line. So whatever we're saying, that's why we have to keep positive. We have to keep taking positive. We have to pray all the freaking time. That's what it is. Soldiers. That's why everything is changing. Pat Tillman is not, you know, he's talking, but brothers, he went on national TV. He put the police down, even though he said this so he can bring the whole, they are underfunded and all that garbage. But anyway, let's watch a little of this and then we'll go again. All right.
Did not make it out alive.
And Local 10's Annalise Garcia is live at that scene with the latest on the investigation into this deadly crash. Annalise.
Good evening. Well, this all happened in this area of Pine Tree Drive. Police tell us that one car was driving down the road, tried to avoid hitting another car, and it caused it to crash into one of these trees. Now, all of this caused 2 people to die this evening. A deadly crash along busy Pine Tree Drive in Miami Beach overnight.
If I sit outside
In 1 hour, you get 1,000 cars passing by.
The wreck killing 2 men and sending 2 women to the hospital.
Wow.
It all happened just after 5:40 this morning.
And then another one just happened after the. And then I know Pine Tree. I used to walk there picking up trash again. You know, excuse me. So the reason why they're saying this because it keep happening. Okay. They died there, and then let's see the other one. Well, they was working. It's somewhere around here. Boy. But I can't find it. But it keeps happening, and then there's this the ley line again. This happened in Florida again. Look, watch this.
Spectacle. The Cocoa Beach Air Show this morning. A jet made a splash landing close to shore. Just look at this picture here. The pilot of this TBM Avenger was performing in a warbird parade when something went terribly wrong, forcing him to land. Event organizers say a mechanical issue was to blame. The pilot made it to safety, though. No one on the ground was hurt. The FAA is now investigating this.
Always investigated, okay? Let me see if this is the same thing. Let me see.
Breaking right now on Fox 35 News at 5. A fun-filled weekend at the Cocoa Beach Air Show takes a dangerous turn when a pilot is forced to make an emergency landing. That breaking story tops our webcast here on Fox35Orlando.com. Good evening and welcome. I'm Andrea Jackson. Fox 35's Stephanie Buffamonte joins us live from Brevard County with the very latest. Some scary moments, Stephanie.
Really scary, Andrea, and I want you to take a look. In the last 30 minutes, they have blocked off this part of the beach. That's because you can see the plane is still in the water here. We've seen some people near it. We don't know exactly what they're doing, but the plane...
Are you serious? Whatever, man. Anyway, you people... You know, guys, there are certain people I can't pass. I can't pass this woman. We don't know exactly what they're doing. What do you think they're doing? They got 2 rescue boats over there. Another dude in there. They are getting this thing out of there. I can't pass this woman. So, let's get rid of this, and then let's get rid of that, and then let's watch this. Now, this is kind of a little bit disturbing. Why are so many babies dying of this plague in Brazil? Okay, so why is that? I wonder why. Oh, crap, that thing got like music in it, so. Oh, boy, we're already 45, so. More children are dying of COVID in Brazil than anywhere else in the world. Okay? For hospital staff, it's been heartbreaking. All right. Okay, this woman is saying something right now. It's been an immense challenge working. All right, let's move to the next video. Now, brothers, I believe the beloved brother Abdullah Seer talked to me about, like, I believe a week ago about this subject right now, but I never had the time to make the video. But $75 million beach property returned to family 100 years later. So they are returning what they are stolen, all right?
It's a prime piece of real estate worth an estimated $75 million. But who really owns it? Well, to find out, you got to go back 100 years. Jim Murray reports.
It's a beautiful stretch of California beach. Manhattan Beach is famous for its sun-kissed sand and magnificent scenery, but it's marred by an ugly moment in history. A huge chunk of beachfront property was literally snatched from a black family in 1927. Charles and Willa Bruce bought the land and built a resort for black people in 1912.
Again, they always said our people never did anything. Our people, that's when the era when Black Wall Street was blooming and our people just came out of slavery, and then they were like, you know, they came out of slavery in 1865 and that place. That's when they were connecting with all black folks around the world, Africa and the island and stuff, and then they built stuff for themselves. And then they went over there and swag a jacket.
Allison Rose Jefferson is author of Living the California Dream.
There was harassment of the Bruces for starting their business.
Dwayne Shepard is a descendant of the Bruce family.
They cordoned off the beach right in front of the resort so people could not get into the water.
In the year 1927, the city of Manhattan Beach took possession of the land and eventually built a lifeguard station. The prime beachfront property is worth an estimated $75 million. Now, nearly 100 years after it was taken from the family, the city and county appear on the verge of finally giving it back. Now 37-year-old Anthony Bruce, the great-great-grandson of the Bruces, finds himself the principal heir to the $75 million fortune.
The Bruces would be the rightful owner of our land.
These are the other descendants.
Wow. Wow. And then you're going to sit there. You're going to say, oh, you guys are 13% of the population. And so look at this family right here. Look at this family, brothers. Okay, you're not going to sit there and saying that, oh, you guys are 13%, my...
The Bruce family today, as an historical wrong is corrected. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn.
This injustice against Willa and Charles Bruce weren't just against them. It was against generations of Bruces who most certainly would have been millionaires by now.
Oh, yes, that is true. That is true. So yeah, the Messiah is returning things, and that's a good start. When we told our people the blessing is coming, it may not come for the people in the channel yet, but others will see it. All right, so yeah, the blessing is coming. The Messiah, that's nothing. The Messiah is just gonna do way better, marvelous thing. Again, ley line.
7 people were rushed to the hospital after this crash in North Philadelphia. Police tell us just after 5 tonight, these 2 cars collided. One vehicle flipped on its side here in the 1300 block of West Girard. There's no word on the conditions of the people involved. They were taken to nearby Temple University Hospital. Police are trying to determine how this happened.
Yeah, always trying to determine. Brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike, be at peace. Give the Most High all praises and all glory. Shalom. May the King reign forever.